Just what exactly will Alexa Bliss's role be in the Wyatt Six? We're going to get to that. But before I do, this is Rob, the Wrestling Old Head. You are in the portal of pro wrestling all the time. I'm pulling out everything from the portal, from the past, the present, and the future. Welcome. Now, let's talk about it. Alexa Bliss, where does she stand with this Wyatt Six? If you look up here, this is the video where I detailed and as concise of a way as I possibly could everything surrounding the Wyatt Six, everything from other people's theories to the details and all of the Easter eggs. I did it as best I could, and it was a jumbled mess. My mind was all over the place. I tried my best to break it down, but now we're talking about the sixth member of the Wyatt Six. This past Monday on WWE RAW, you noticed, as well as I noticed, Uncle Howdy and four other assailants that were a part of the Wyatt Six. That leaves one member left unaccounted for. A lot of the theories that I've seen floating around are that it's either going to be the spirit of Bray Wyatt that's watching down on them all and sending them out for vengeance, for justice, to heal those hurt by the families that have left them behind, them meaning the victims, and going after the ones that have hurt their families. It's a very interesting idea, and I wonder if that's going to play out. But the other theory is that Alexa Bliss will return as her schoolgirl demonic character from the previous Bray Wyatt iterations during the Fiend era and the Family Funhouse, or the Funhouse. So, in my opinion, Alexa Bliss being a mother now, this is something of like a horror story, a slasher, if you will. It is kind of, for all intents and purposes, they're deviating away from the idea of a spooky type of scenario here, but they do seem to be going the slasher route. And if they are going the slasher route, you need a Sidney Prescott, that is the Neve Campbell's character from Scream. You need a Laurie Strode, that is Jamie Lee Curtis' character from Halloween, to have exorcised the demons, who have survived hell and is back to warn everybody that this is bigger than ever before. And who better to do that than Alexa Bliss? You can have her coming backstage to say hi to everybody, giving hugs, and also to let everybody know that this is real and that there's no turning back, and that maybe she can help a lot of the people that are going to be victims or that are not sure what's actually going on, as well as having Braun Strowman be the first feud, who has also survived the Funhouse and is grappling with not giving in to the power of Uncle Howdy. It's a very interesting scenario, but they could go full cinematic with a story like this. How are you going to get everybody emotionally involved? Well, you have some players that have been a part of it and some new players. You have Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy and Nikki Cross, who Nikki Cross has kind of by proxy been a part of it before with Alexa Bliss, but not fully. And then you have people that used to be a part of it that have kind of separated and moved on, like Braun Strowman being nicer to the cruiserweights and the high flyers after scathing tweets that he's left in the previous in his previous tenure before his injury. He was leaving these tweets and stuff, and people were saying like, oh, he's very insensitive. He ended up getting let go by the WWE, and then he came back, and then after this newest injury, after his recovery, he is the nice guy. He's like the southern dude, really nice and cool. Look like you can see him in a pickup truck. He seems to be running away from something, however, and this would be a great time to bring that to the light and have him going and confronting Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six, and Alexa Bliss saying, Braun, you need to let this go. You need to get far away from this. You've already done such a great job. And Braun telling Alexa that he doesn't trust her and maybe she needs to step back. These are all great points that I believe could be used to emphasize the point of the Wyatt Six coming back and in their reign of terror leaving a message behind, a message of hurt or heal. And if you looked at Uncle Howdy's glove, I believe it said heal. So this is a healing process that they're all going through, and they can play this up in a very real way with Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss being on one side and Uncle Howdy and his other members of the Wyatt Six on the other side. Just something I thought I would drop in after everything that I mentioned in the last video that I left at the beginning of the video about the Wyatt family and the details of their insane debut. I just thought I'd let you know that I think that if Alexa Bliss were to come back, it would be interesting if she was the heroine and not the evil schoolgirl, that she was in the Fiend's iterations, because this is a different story that they're telling. This is the sequel. And in sequels, you've got to add a little twist. Alexa Bliss survived, and she's been kind of in the background, having a kid and moving on. Her coming back to warn everybody, I think it would be a great role for her. I think she would do great in that role. And then having Braun Strowman as almost like the Dewey, the David Arquette in Scream character, the one that's watching over Alexa, making sure she's okay. They even have a history. And if you go back and look at it during the tag team challenges, the mixed tag challenge for the WWE, who were tag team partners? It was Alexa Bliss and Braun Strowman. They can play on that idea. I think it would be interesting. I think it would be needed for a first feud because it's very cinematic, and I believe the WWE is going that cinematic route anyways, so they might as well go full throttle with something like this where you are suspending your disbelief just a little bit to buy into the idea of this group coming in and leaving carnage in their wake, and then everything's going back to business as usual. People are running the ropes and other feuds are taking place. So that's my idea. That's my theory on that. If Alexa Bliss comes back, instead of aligning with Wyatt Sick6, why isn't she just warning everybody and then eventually going face-to-face with someone like Nikki Cross and trying to convince Nikki Cross that she doesn't have to be this way? I think it would be good, but what do you guys think? You guys let me know in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Thanks to all my subscribers, new and old. You have entered the portal of pro wrestling all the time, you guys, and I'm pulling all kinds of stuff from the past, present, and the future. And as always, you stay tuned for more, you guys.